In my neighborhood in Houston, we had the Coast Guard rescuing people 3 streets down from us. We were very fortunate that our home was not flooded, but many friends' homes were flooded.
55 inches of rain in the region is, that's the average across the region. That's remarkable, that's enough for my child pretty much to stand up in and drown.
My neighbor who lives across the street, who I'd only met once before because we had just moved into the neighborhood, blew up a raft to float my kids across the street to safety.
When you think about what resilience is, everyone comes in with a puzzle piece. They play a role or have an idea from their standpoint of life, family, and perhaps their profession.
Truthfully, if we're going to get all these resiliency challenges right, it's going to be a partnership, a public-private partnership between corporations, planning firms, conservation groups, health officials at various levels. So this is a problem that is so large that it needs a multi-sector approach, and groups like Stantec can help meet that need.
The Houston Resiliency Innovation Workshop reached out to community stakeholders. We brought in local government, research organizations.
It has elected officials, it has a broad range of consultants. A nice blend of environmental, economic, like the oil and gas, petroleum industry, as well as the education community. We had federal partners there. We had the Army Corps of Engineers there. They were stepping forward as a partner from the get-go, which is a really great sign for the community.
Brought all that thought together in a room for a day and a half to really understand each other, understand our backgrounds, and then start to think about how do we look forward.
The event that Stantec is having here is coming at a critical point for our Houston 2020 Visions exercise, which will conclude on the 2nd year anniversary of the storm on August 25th of 2019.
It's a lot of work to go through and hear all those perspectives, but in doing that, that's when you can start to sift through what are the things that really matter that we can act upon, what things are important but they need to be part of a longer term plan.
1 month after Hurricane Harvey passed through, Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, where half of my family is. And so, I felt a calling to get more involved in the planning process and also just getting projects on the ground to have a positive impact for people and wildlife in a much more kind of direct way.
The reason why this is so important is because everything starts with a shared vision and some alignment around what the objectives are. If you can get shared vision within a broad enough stakeholder community that has the right champions, that has some leadership, that has the right government entities involved, that's when you can get things done.
I think that's where it really does excite me that this program seems to be in the process of being embraced by our greater community in the city of Houston. And I believe it will have legs long into the future. So today's workshop seemed like part of the continuum of supporting the dialogue and the visioning process.
The whole world is looking at what Houston is doing right now. And so how do we start to think globally about resilience? How do we start to help each other, help neighboring cities, and how do we have other cities come to help Houston? And so there's so much that has come out of this one workshop, realizing that yes, we're one small part of a larger fabric, but there's strength in that all of us can come together and really do something positive. And so we challenge everybody in the workshop that when you walk out the doors, the story's not over. Your place in the resiliency conversation is not over. What are you going to do to carry this forward?